So yesterday's practice for the Los Angeles Chargers sort of felt like an I told you so moment because I've been hyping up this defensive line all off season. And I understand that Puna Ford and Morgan Fox left in free agency. I like them both a lot. But addition minus subtraction, that's how the saying goes, right? Because Deshaun Hand, Naquan Jones, Jamari Caldwell looks like a future star. The question is how much of a role will he play in his rookie season? But this defensive line unit is elite, and they absolutely wreaked havoc Thursday's second padded practice. And you have to understand as well, they're going up against a very good offensive line. Of course, Mekhi Becton, for example, was getting torched. He was getting cooked, boys. As simple as that. He's going to have his hands cut out every single day of practice going up against these pass rushers. And that's not even to mention Khalil Mack. Like, we're talking about strictly the defensive interior. So let's get into it, man. We're just going to read the article that came out and react. So the Los Angeles Chargers entered training camp believing they had improved the depth of their interior defensive line. As the physicality increased Thursday in the second padded practice of camp, that belief turned into reality. I said that so strangely. I feel like I'm in school again when the teacher calls on me to read. The interior defensive linemen were the playmakers of Thursday's practice. They created penetration and controlled the line of scrimmage in the run game. They were repeatedly in the backfield as pass rushers, and the disruption was not limited to one or two players. Six interior defensive linemen made impactful plays between run and pass situations. I mean, that's not normal. It's not normal at all to see six different guys making plays and getting into the backfield. I get maybe two or three, but six is insane. I mean, that is third string players being able to wreak havoc. It's a thing of beauty as well because the Chargers, everyone talks about Justin Herbert and these weapons, but the defense has to set the tone. It has to be the foundation. And last season, it certainly was. The defense, definitely, I think we can all agree, played well enough to be able to beat the Texans. Unfortunately, the offense wasn't able to reciprocate that. But the defense looks even better than it was last year. And if that's the truth, teams are in serious trouble. I'll say it again until the day I die. I know every single year on Thunder Alley, I say the Chargers are taking the division, they're winning the Super Bowl. But we have to understand that this is Jim Harbaugh, right? This is Jim Harbaugh, Jesse Minter, Hortez, of course, Greg Roman. This is no longer the last regime. And from what we saw last season, 11 wins and a tough wild card loss, of course, on the road. I think this is honestly where things start to take a major turn. It already has last season, but when I say turn, I mean I'm talking deep playoff run specifically. I think this is when it happens because the Chargers have had so many good quarterbacks that haven't won anything. I don't think that's going to be the case moving forward. I'm super excited about it. But back on topic because I kind of completely spiraled right there. Yeah, I already mentioned, addition by subtraction, but this is what Jesse Minter had to say about it. Quote, there's five, six, seven guys that can all play. They can all do the things that we want them to do, end quote. Jesse Minter, you just look at what he did last season, didn't have the biggest names. He had a couple of day three rookie corners in the lineup, and he was able to put them in a situation to thrive, to actually go out there every single week and compete at a high level. And again, we talk about the defensive line. But what about the secondary as well? You got to give them a lot of credit, especially Derwin James, man. I mean, he's so good. He's the best. He's the best in the game. Like, there's no question. You put playing in the nickel, playing wherever he's lined up. Derwin James is the best player in the field at all times, and it was just an amazing day for him, man. And also what he's been able to do to help develop and mentor these younger players. He's taken on a leadership role. But yeah, Tier Tart was the first interior defensive lineman to flash. Tart re-signed with the Chargers on a one-year deal this offseason, and he has a chance to graduate from a reliable rotation piece to a productive full-time starter. On the third play of 11 on 11, Tart pressured quarterback Justin Herbert while one-on-one with right guard Mekhi Becton. In the next team period, the Chargers focused on the run game. They call these periods 9 on 7, offensive line, tight ends, fullbacks, running backs, and quarterbacks against interior defensive linemen, edge rushers, inside linebackers, and safeties, all running plays. On the first play of this period, oh, here we go. Quarterback DJ. I'm just going to skip it. I normally look at a video before I talk, but I'm a little bit tight on time. My bad. Like, I literally in 5 minutes have to go somewhere. So we're just going to skip it. No disrespect to DJ. I doubt he's watching, but if he is, man, I just suck with names. So, yeah, he handed it off to Amari and Hampton. Tart surged through the line of scrimmage and squared up Hampton. Just after the exchange, the Chargers were not tackling to the ground, but it was clearly a tackle for a loss. So, once again, Tart just going right through the line, getting into the backfield, would have been a tackle for a loss. Everyone wants to talk about sacks. Tackle for a loss, there's just something special about that, man. It's just pure power. It's as simple as that. And then second year defensive lineman Justin Bagaby was a difference maker in the run game all practice. He stuffed running back Money Vidal 9 on 7, later in 11 on 11 with the offense backed up close to its own goal line. Bagaby came off the ball and drove tackle Ryan Nelson into the backfield. What's been going on with Ryan Nelson? He's been getting cooked all camp, I feel like. He's got to go up against some really good players. I'll give him that. I mean, he was lined up with no help against Khalil Mack, I remember when I was watching. But the penetration obstructed running back Hassan Haskins. Bagaby earned some encouragement from defensive line coach Mike Elson after the play. Bagaby then had a tackle for loss on a Vidal handoff closer to the end of practice. He also created penetration on a Jarrett Patterson run up the middle. There's just something special about being able to run the football when everyone knows you're going to do so. The Chargers certainly didn't do a lot of that last season. They struggled to run the ball in general, yet alone when teams knew they were going to. I think a lot of that was just the interior of the line wasn't good. Another thing was that, as much as I respect J.K. Dobbins, he's not an every down running back. That's exactly why, of course, this is gonna sound crazy, but uh, I'm not even kidding when I say this. Like, I don't. Oh yeah, it was Gus Edwards. I forgot his name for like 5 seconds. He just was never healthy. Gus Edwards was supposed to be that, but the Chargers, it starts with up front, and I do think the addition, of course, of Mekhi Becton's gonna help, but by how much is the thing? We'll have to wait and see on that. But moving forward from that, yeah, so of course, Tito Agbania, he appears to be a lot better than he was last year as well, especially just getting off of the line as a pass rusher. He had one of the most impressive wins of the one-on-one period in Tuesday's padded practice. In San Diego, of course, torching rookie guard Branson Taylor on a swim move, an 11 on 11 on Thursday. Igbania shot through the line and combined on a sack with edge rusher Budge Dupree. Dupree had 2 sacks in practice. After both Igbania and Dupree halted their rushes to prevent contact, Taylor Heineke attempted an ill-advised throw over the middle that was picked off by cornerback Dante Jackson. I feel like I haven't called his name much this camp, so I'm excited to say that. I really do like Dante Jackson. He's just such a good athlete. He can make plays on the ball. I know right now he's not projected to start. I'm not saying he will, but I think he's going to make it a lot closer than people think. Like, Dante Jackson is a very, very good corner. Glad the Chargers brought him in. And 11 on 11 later, Igbania had a quick pressure on guard Jamari Sawyer that forced a throwaway from Heineke. Igbania is entering his 3rd season with the Chargers, second, of course, under Minner and Harbaugh guys. And they did add in some competition, but that only fueled him. And I feel like that's something I actually didn't take into consideration when I even made my take that the interior defensively would be a lot better, is that there'd be fuel to the fire. But that actually does matter because it's training camp. Guys are going to go all out to try to make the 53-man or to be a starter or whatever their role may be. We haven't even talked about the rest of the line. That's the thing, is there's several other players on the line. I'll talk about it in the next video. Like I said, I do have to go, but I wanted to get out a video tonight, guys. It's Friday night, but thank you guys so much for watching, man. It's your boy. And keep in mind, I'm also 3 hours ahead of you guys. I'm actually not in LA right now, so yeah, or in California, but